Hi there, Carol. My name is Mike Billington. I am the Education Program Manager at the Raptor Center. And today I'm going to share with you one of our colleagues. We've got 27 permanently injured raptors that we use for education. Over here is Lois. She's a great horned owl, and she's one of our workhorses, actually. She probably does around 300 programs a year just herself. That sound you hear is a food bed call that great horned owl chicks make to signal to their parents that they're hungry and that they're ready to eat. She's 18 years old or so, and she's still making that sound. She should stop doing that 17 and a half years ago. But when she was really young, she fell out of the nest. A person found her, took her home, and tried to raise her. Problem, these birds need to be raised by their parents. And so she became what is called a human imprint. So instead of mom and dad, great horned owl, getting imprinted onto her and for her to learn what it means to be a great horn, she looks to that information to us, and we just can't give it to her. So that's why she's with us permanently, and that's why she still makes that sound that she should have stopped making many, many years ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the back, and there's a door here, and I'm going to get a weight on her with the scale. We try to weigh these birds whenever we can, and then I'm going to ask her to try to step up on the glove, and if she does all of that, then I'll bring her around and give her some tidbits as we chat about her some more and some of her natural history. And I do have a whole mouse here that she's going to get to eat for you. So she is ready to go. So I think we're going to be pretty good.
Show you another little friend. Oh.
And you see that back and forth, back and forth? That's I'm ready, I'm hungry. What do I need to do to eat? Yes. What I'm going to do is put this scale up here. I'm just blocking it because she might want to jump the gun, so to speak. I'm also showing her I don't have any food in my hands. She needs to say perts. That's how she gets fed. So I will grab. These are basically, we call them forceps, but they're just to give some distance between our hands and that sharp beak. It's not that they're trying to hurt us, but sometimes they just don't know, they're just trying to go for the food. So, double tap like that's a signal when she jumps over there, or when the tap, if she jumps over, then she gets something of value in this case. And she weighs 1,305 grams, which is basically 3 pounds. So, when I offer my glove, if she steps up, then she gets a piece of food. And so we work with all of these birds in a way that empowers them through clear communication, that when they do certain behaviors, that when they do those behaviors, there's something of value for doing it. So if you notice, I didn't coerce her. She had choice to go wherever she wanted to go, but she's learned that when those signals are given, her being fed is dependent on certain behaviors. And those behaviors are connected to exactly the signal I give. So this is a great horned owl. It's a part of the group of birds that we call raptors for 3 reasons. The first, look at these talons. This is what does the damage. Raptors use their talons, their powerful feet, to grab, catch, and pretty much kill their prey. Raptors go after their food with their feet. They do not go after their food with their beaks like most other birds do. So once they got a hold of it with their feet, look at that curved beak. Is their knife that they're going to use to rip it into smaller bits and pieces. So all the birds you're going to see today have curved beaks. The third thing is large eyes and very good vision. Now, owls don't have as good a vision as your hawks, like the bird up here, or your bald eagle over here. They see about as well as we do color and detail during the day. we have really good vision too. The thing is, their vision excels at night. Those large pupils open way up, letting in little bits of light our eyes can never see. So for her to fly around a forest, the only light she needs, in other words, her flashlight to see, is the light from the stars. Light from the stars reflecting off of leaves and branches is what she sees so that she can fly through a forest and not hit anything. But besides using her eyes to find her prey, she's also relying on her hearing. And if you look at the feathers around her eyes, they're a little bit satellite shaped. And what those feathers do is they concentrate sound so that she can hear little sounds at distance. She can be perched on this roof, 30, 40 feet above the ground. She can hear a mouse under a foot of snow, because we can watch him do this. And then she'll fly so quietly, she'll dive into the snow, being able to listen to the mouse the entire time, catch it with her talons, never even needing to see it. So in other words, she can pinpoint sounds with her ears alone. So she's using her eyes, she's using her ears together to be able to find and catch and kill her prey. And if she does catch that mouse, this is what it looks like when she eats it. Now, from a training perspective, I want her kind of looking away like that, perfect. And the reason for that, and there we go, is because if I kept feeding her when she's looking in my pouch like this, eventually that's all she's gonna do. And eventually she might start anticipating the pouch by jumping towards it to try to get food. So to train her not to do those behaviors, instead I want her perched, looking off to the side. She can't look off to the side and then look in the pouch at the same time. So it's a neat little training trick. But she looks tame. She looks maybe a little docile until she starts eating. But she's neither of those. But she is trained. She's still very much wild. This bird is afraid of people, has to go through months. Sometimes we have birds that go years of training to be this close to large predators that in the wild, they think would want to eat them. So imagine for a minute that I had one of you perched on my arm and I'm a grizzly bear. And I'm showing you to 3 other grizzly bear friends, right? That's what it's like from their perspective. So it takes a lot of time to get these birds trained up. But once they learn the signals we send as people aren't harmful, but instead they get things of value, we can train them to sit with their wings perched comfortably on the glove so that they represent what they would look like if you were looking at them with binoculars on a branch somewhere. That's what we strive for our training, is to show authentic behavior and for them to be an authentic representative of great horned owls out in the wild. The one thing she does that isn't authentic for an adult is that squawking sound.
It's cute though.
How much do you think this bird weighs, if you had to guess?
Well, we would cheat because you already told us.
Oh, I did, didn't I? I already gave it away because we did the weight.
But I would have guessed much more.
Much
Yeah, I
more?
would
Like
guess much more.
the bald eagle over there. If you had, like, if you didn't know how much she weighed, how much would you guess that eagle weighs?
25 pounds?
Right? That's absolutely reasonable. Most people see these birds and they think they're big and heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he weighs 7.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kathy over here is going to take you around and show you a female bald eagle who weighs